came home late from a closing shift and parked close enough to see my own front steps. My apartment building was quiet in that way that makes every small noise feel too loud. I let myself in, slid the deadbolt, and left my shoes by the mat. I was halfway to the kitchen when the porch light outside blinked once, then steadied. The door handle turned slowly, like someone was testing it. I froze with my keys still in my fist, listening for the second try. The handle clicked again, softer, careful, like they were trying not to wake anyone. I tiptoed to the peephole and leaned in without breathing. A man stood close to the door in a dark windbreaker, face angled up as if he could sense the eye on him. He lifted his hand and traced a small circle on the wood, right where my lock sat. My phone was on the charger across the room, and the distance suddenly felt huge. I tried the back exit, but the knob spun uselessly. Maintenance had fixed it last week and it still stuck. I went back to the peephole, and he was closer than before, looking straight at it now. His mouth moved with no sound, forming words I couldn't hear. Then he pressed his ear to the door, like he was listening to my heartbeat. I didn't mean to, but my hand bumped the chain latch and it gave a tiny metallic tick. His head snapped toward the sound and he smiled, sharp and quick. The handle yanked hard and the door flexed against the chain as something scraped in the frame. I stumbled backward, grabbed my phone, and ran to the living room window that faced the parking lot. I threw it up and shouted until a downstairs unit light flicked on, and someone yelled back. The pressure on my door stopped, replaced by fast footsteps pounding down the stairs. In the morning, the police found fresh gouges in the metal strike plate and a thin smear of dark grease on my knob. I replaced the lock that day, but I still don't use the peephole. Sometimes, when the porch light flickers, I swear I see an eye fill that tiny glass circle from the other side. I moved into a small rental duplex because it was cheap and close to my new job. The first night, I told myself the settling noises were normal and tried to sleep through them. By day 3, the sounds had a pattern, soft taps, then a slow drag, always above my bedroom. I climbed a chair and checked the ceiling, but the paint looked smooth and unbroken. That night, my closet door was open when I woke up, even though I always shut it. In the morning, I found a cold draft coming from the back corner of the closet. When I pushed aside a hanging coat, the drywall felt wrong, loose along one edge like it had been cut and patched. Something in there smelled faintly like damp fabric. I told myself it was bad workmanship and tried to ignore it until my laundry basket moved 2 feet across the room. Then I noticed the dust on the closet floor had a clean sweep through it, like something had slid out and back in. My throat went tight and I couldn't make myself step into the closet for a full minute. I grabbed my phone to record, but it wasn't on my nightstand anymore. The bedroom door wouldn't open at first, as if someone on the other side was leaning into it. When it finally gave, it did so with a little bounce, like the pressure had been removed. I went straight to the closet with a kitchen knife I didn't know how to hold, praying I'd feel stupid in a minute. I pulled the clothes aside and pressed my palm to the loose panel. The panel shifted inward, and a human face appeared in the dark gap, eyes wide and wet like an animal's. He didn't speak. He surged out, thin and fast, and the knife clattered from my shaking hand. His fingers caught my ankle and yanked, dragging me toward the closet mouth. I kicked hard and felt my heel hit his cheekbone. Then I tore free and ran. I didn't bother with shoes or my keys. I sprinted out the front door and banged on the neighbor's unit until someone opened it, and I shoved myself inside without asking. From their window, we watched my hallway light flick on, then off, like someone was practicing being quiet. The police found a cutout access cavity behind my closet wall, lined with insulation and crushed soda cans. They never found him, just a single strip of masking tape stuck to my door frame at eye level, marked with a neat little notch. I left that duplex the same day, and I still check every closet corner before I unpack anything. I bought a smart lock and 2 indoor cameras because I live alone and I like sleeping without what-if thoughts. The app gave me clean little timelines, locked, unlocked, motion, no motion, and it made my condo feel controlled. On a rainy Tuesday, I was brushing my teeth when my phone buzzed with a notification. It said, "Front door, unlocked," and the timestamp was right then. The deadbolt thumb turn behind me rotated a few degrees on its own and clicked back. I opened the app and watched the entry camera feed load in crisp, bright color. A figure stood in the stairwell outside my door, hood up, face hidden, staring straight into the lens. The feed stuttered and went black like someone had pinched the signal. My intercom chimed even though no one had buzzed the building. A voice came through low and close, saying my first name like it belonged to them. Then my living room speaker blared to full volume for a split second before cutting out. I ran to the balcony door for air, but the handle wouldn't turn, as if it had been latched from the outside. Behind me, the smart lock clicked twice in quick succession, cycling like it was trying codes on itself. My hands were so sweaty, I almost dropped my phone. I looked up at the dark TV screen and saw a reflection that didn't match my movement. Someone was standing in my hallway, just inside my unit, shoulders too still, head tilted like they were listening. When I turned, they were there for real, close enough that I could see rain beading on their sleeves. I backed toward the kitchen, and they stepped forward at the same pace, silent on the floor. The lock behind them beeped a cheerful little tone, like it had accepted a command. When I tried to slip past, a hand shot out and brushed my shoulder, cold through my shirt, and I bolted. I slammed myself into the balcony door again, through my weight, and the latch finally gave with a crack. I climbed over the rail to the neighboring balcony and pounded until someone opened. Then I yelled for them to call security. From that balcony, I heard my front door unlock one more time, slow and deliberate. I wiped my system, changed everything, and moved 2 weeks later. Anyway, the new place has no smart lock, no cameras, nothing that can be accessed. Last night, my new phone lit up with a single image attachment from an unknown sender. My new living room taken from inside, with someone standing just out of frame, their fingertips visible on the edge of the lens.